Shodasa Somavar Vrat Katha in English. In the forest of Naimisha, Saunaka and his fellow sages are performing Jnana Yagna, learning Puranas and other tales of wisdom from sage Suta. One such day, the rishis bowed to Suta and prayed, O Maharshi, please teach us a vrat that bestows quick and auspicious results on the performer. Suta replied, O great sages, once Devi Parvati approached Lord Shiva, who is sitting on a throne adorned with precious gems in Kailash, and questioned, Swami, I have learnt many sastras and agama vidyas from you. Please teach me a vrat that can give great results at all times from the miseries with only little effort. Lord Shiva then smiled and replied, Devi, the quest for a vrat for the greater good which can benefit all beings seems appropriate. I will share one such exceptional vrat. He continued to say, just as how the sun among the stars, the moon among the planets, river Ganga among the rivers, and the mind among the senses are considered great, among all the vrats, this Somavar Vrat is considered supreme. This vrat is named as Shodasa Somavar Vrat. One cannot list the miracles of this vrat. One who performs this vrat with utmost devotion will attain all that he or she desires. The poor will see wealth, maidens will find a suitable groom, married women will see prosperity, the sick will turn healthy, separated couples can get back with their partner. As such, this vrat is magnificent. Devi Parvati then prayed, Swami, please explain the way to perform this vrat. Lord Shiva replied, Devi, this vrat is to be performed with pure devotion. The period between the months of Ashada Purnima and Kartika Purnima are known for performing this vrat. During the 16 Mondays of this period, the performer has to fast, get up early around sunrise and complete their Nitya Karmas. Then a linga made from the mud collected from an ant hill is to be made. Linga made of gold or silver or such accepted metals can be used. Bilva leaves, flowers, dhoop and oil or ghee lamps are required for worship. For prasad, a dish made of broken wheat, ghee and jaggery mixed to form laddus is to be made. After offering to the Lord, the prasad has to be divided into 3 parts and 1 part to the attendees of the puja, 1 part to the animals or birds around you, 1 part to the performer. Make sure to avoid having salt on this day. This ritual has to be performed on all the 16 Mondays. On the day of 17th Monday, all the lingas that are worshipped can be taken to any water body to be dissolved. On this day, depending on the capacity of the vrat performer, annadan can be arranged to Brahmins. Having listened, Parvati further said, Swami, you have enlightened me with the knowledge of this vrat. Please tell me more about the instances and devotees who followed this vrat vidhi and attained siddhis. Shiva then began to explain the fruits of this vrat. Parvati, a long time ago you performed this vrat and your wish to marry me came true. I still remember how Girija Kalyanam happened. The Devas and Saptarishis witnessed the severe penance you did to get married to me. They prayed, saying, O Lord, Haimavati is doing severe penance to attain you. Why are you holding back? I came to you disguised as a bachelor and tested your devotion towards me by saying, Shiva is not a suitable match for you. He is filthy and stubborn. You became extremely angered and showed your commitment by saying To speak ill of Lord Shiva is a terrible sin. I cannot survive without Shiva and cannot imagine others in his place. After hearing this, I revealed my true self before you. Your wish to get me as your husband came true as a result of having performed this vrat. Girija Kalyanam thus happened in the presence of Devas, Rishis, and Gandharvas with great grandeur. You performed this vrat and got me as your husband. The story of Simantini and Chandrangada. Long ago, there lived a noble king by the name of Chitravarma in Bharatakanda. He had many sons. After worshipping Parvati and Parameshwar to have a girl child, he is blessed with one. Astrologers gave a prediction saying the princess may become a widow at the age of 14. The king became depressed hearing this. To console him, the astrologer suggested a remedy. Princess Simantini has reached a marriageable age. She is married to Prince Chandrangada. The prince and princess continued to live happily at Chitravarma's palace. One day, Chandrangada decided to visit river Yamuna for recreation. Unfortunately, the prince is lost in a whirlpool. The king and his subjects are in deep sorrow. Simantini decided to take her life. Then Rishi Yagnavalka's wife Maitreyi visited her and consoled, saying, "Dear, don't be worried. I will teach you a vrat that will remove your widowhood." She explained about Shodasa Somavar Vrat. Simantini followed the Vrat Vidhi as explained by Maitreyi with devotion. Chitrangada, who is now in Nagaloka, is felicitated by the king of Nagas and returned safely to the capital. Seeing the prince return safely, everyone is delighted. The Vrat thus brought the separated couple back together. The story of Markandeya. Lord Shiva gave one more account. Once there lived a great sage called Mrukanda. Being childless, the sage did penance and prayed to Lord Shiva to have children. Shiva appeared and questioned, "Maharshi, whom do you prefer having as a son? One with noble qualities but with lifespan of 16 years, or someone with a lifespan of 100 years but with the least levels of morale?" Rishi replied, "I want to have a good son who lives up to 16 years of age." The Rishi got a child and named him Markandeya. As the boy approached the age of 16, he did this Shodasa Somavar Vrat and escaped the clutches of death. The story of Samba. During the time of Dwapar Yuga, Lord Sri Krishna is falsely accused of stealing the gemstone called Samantakamani. To clear this blame, he won over Jambavanta, who is in possession of this gem, and married Jambavati. Jambavati did this Shodasa Somavar Vrat to have children and is blessed with a baby boy. The boy is named Samba after Lord Shiva. The story of the priest. Once, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati are disguised as a merchant class couple and came down to earth. They entered a temple and started playing a game of dice. Shiva lost the game, but the priest lied, saying the merchant had won. Angered by this, Parvati cursed the priest to suffer from leprosy. The priest has fallen on the ground, saying the names Shiva Shankara. Then a beautiful lady appeared and said, "Perform Shodasa Somavar Vrat to get cured from this disease." He followed her instructions and got cured of leprosy and got back his previous appearance. By the grace of Lord Shiva, he accompanied him. The story of Shodasa Somavar Vrat in the form of a conversation between Parvati and Shiva given in Markandeya Purana thus ends.